Have you ever purchased home gym equipment because, well, you thought you had to, but you weren't exactly hyped? Well, that was me with the Amp Fitness. I just wasn't that excited, didn't think it was gonna be that special compared to other options. But then I got it, tested it, and I was like, oh. And this thing has pleasantly surprised me. So I'm gonna completely break this thing down, my experience using it, and if it might be a fit for you or not. So stick around for all that. But if you're new here, my name is Travis, and I test health and wellness products in order to provide you an honest breakdown for you to make the best decision for you. And let's jump right in. First, what is Amp Fitness? Well, it is a connected fitness resistance trainer, much like think of Tonal, Ike K1, Speeding's Gym Monster, but it has some unique things about it. And some of those things is it's fixed to the wall, it only has one arm, it has a lower weight ability, and it has a phone model. So it does not have that integrated screen like those other models I mentioned. It uses your phone. And this might seem like a lot of drawbacks I just mentioned, but it keeps the cost dramatically lower while having a lot of the same features and functionality. As far as installation, the company did everything. So I got to sit back, relax. They knew it'd be done right. Now, normally I talk about the machine and then the app experience or what you get through the screen, but in this case, I'm gonna switch it up because once you understand how the app works, it really highlights some of the functionality you get out of the machine itself, so stick around for that. But is the cost of the integrated screen worth it? Nice big screen that's always there ready for you, or some that saves you a lot of money and you just use your own phone right there? What would you pick? And speaking of the app, not only is it well laid out and extremely easy to use, it is loaded with functionality. So let's say you want it just to guide you through everything. I want to pick something and it's going to build out what I'm going to work out, what I'm going to do for the next week, what exercises, every detail of that. Don't make me think about a thing. You do it for me. It does that. But maybe you're more like me and you know what you want. Well, go to movements. From here, you can filter it down by a bunch of different categories and it will show you the exact exercises that match what you filtered down to, and you pick what you want. Go do it, move on to the next. But if you want, use those to build out your own custom exercise plan. Use it then, save it for later, and repeat it as much as you want. Sounds pretty good, huh? Well, they're not done because they do have an AI builder. So answer some questions, tell it how long you want to work out, and it will build a program for you right then that'll let you get the exercise that you want within the time frame that you have available, which is pretty darn neat. So in short, I love a big integrated screen. They're fun, they're easy to use, but I don't feel like I'm missing out with this. It works really, really well. And if you're still here, first, thank you so much. But if you also don't mind helping me give the algorithm a little boost, type AMP down below. So the app does a lot to enhance the experience. It can put the weight in when you select a workout. It can change modes. You can select exercises, programs. There are a lot of things that you can do that it enhances the experience, tracking, history, things like that. But if there is one thing it has shown me is how ridiculously easy this machine is to use, how fluid it is to go from exercise to exercise. And something I personally found is that the app almost acts as a training tool to let me know exercises I like doing on this. But if I just need a machine that can support me, I need to move quick, on its own, it works just as well. And let me just show you, I have it right now set up as a, let's say, a bicep curl, one accessory on the floor, and I want to go to a tricep curl. So I want to take this all the way to the top with a different accessory. Just watch how quick this is. And I'm ready to go. And I can say from using other machines, there are some that are pretty quick like that, but there are some where it's an inconvenience every time you want to switch. And when you have that delay between every exercise and you just can't be fluid with your workout, it does take away from the experience. So to be able to just migrate between all the settings and attachments that quickly and easily, it really adds to it. And as a machine, when I'm just like, I'm just gonna do some tricep pull downs, I'm gonna do some bicep curls, I know what I wanna do, I just wanna use the machine, I can do it that quick and that easily and just get into it right away. And I love that about it. So everything's been great up to this point. Are there any downsides? Well, yes. And the first one's a pro and a con, and that's the resistance. The con side is it only has 100 pounds. Now, personally, I like to do slow movements where I really challenge my muscles slowly. So a lot of exercises that you maybe be hitting the limit, it's not a big deal. But doing the squat, I could instantly hit that without even working that out recently or being that strong, I could hit it. So depending on where you're at and how you're going to use it, you may find that that 100-pound limit works or doesn't work for you. But in talking about the resistance, it's also a pro because not all digital resistance is created equal. I've tested a lot of machines, and some they just feel a little jerky or not realistic, and some it's just smooth. It feels really realistic, and this one is doing a great job. When you do it, it's only at 5 pounds right now, but it's so smooth. It the feedback is there throughout. It doesn't have spots where it's like super weak and then it's jumpy, or it feels like it's almost snagging. Some machines just don't feel as good. And this one, it just feels like the resistance and the algorithms that are put into it work extremely well. So I feel like I'm able to challenge myself in most exercises and target a ton of muscles. Being that the resistance can be high, low, and the different attachments you have, you can really target your whole body, which is a huge pro. It's just that weight limit. So you have to know where your limits are and if that works for you or not. Another downside, and we already talked about it, but no screen built in. So if that is a deal breaker for you, well, that's that. Another pro and con are the accessories. They are very well built. They work very well. There are a lot of different options, so you're able to do a lot of different things. For example, with a bicep curl, I'm used to having kind of a almost like a dumbbell approach, like one in each hand, where with this, you got this post here that you use. There is no good option to have like each hand independently. And what I mean by that is they have this option here. And so it allows it to take the one arm, because this only has one arm and not two like the tonal, and split it into two, which is great. But if I'm doing a bicep curl and the resistance is already at the ground, I'm right here. So you have to come up with other ways to improvise, which means maybe like stepping away from the machine, getting that resistance behind you and pulling it up. For the most part, I think the accessories have been amazing. I've done all sorts of workouts and I feel like I have a ton of variety. But if there's one knock, I do wish they had one that was maybe like this, but like the resistance started right here, a shorter version of this or a way to modify this. But overall, very, very good. And last downside, it doesn't come with a bench. And if you've lifted before, you're used to doing things on a bench, and to not have that as an option feels a little weird. I will say there are all sorts of alternatives to get muscle groups engaged in different ways. And a lot of ones that use like core muscles as you do it. So instead of just, doing a bench press, you might do a standing version where you got to lean into it. You got to hold your core, which is great. You're engaging more muscles, but there's no bench. And if you have workouts, like if I want to get low and do like a pull down of sorts, you might not have that. Obviously, you fix it by buying your own bench, but it does not come with one like a lot of the other machines. But to summarize my initial impressions of Amp Fitness, it's not built for powerlifters, but they're not pretending it is. This is an option that's built in a balanced, highly targeted way to get your whole body engaged, get stronger across the board, hit all your muscles, but do it in an affordable way that's not going to break the bank. So if you're a person that's like, I just want to take care of my body better, I want to get stronger, I'm not doing anything crazy, I just need an option that can support me through that journey in the convenience of my own home, again, without breaking the bank. Personally, I think this is a great option. And to add a little more to that, since this came in, my whole family has started using it. They love it. I've seen my wife use it, my kids are using it, and I've used it outside of the whole review thing. I've just used it because I've enjoyed it. So, but if you did find this helpful and don't mind supporting the channel, I do have a link in the description. It supports the channel, doesn't cost you anything extra, but helps me keep these reviews coming. Speaking of, this is just my initial review. I want to keep it coming and also maybe do some comparisons. So comment down below. In future videos, what would you want to know? But if you could pin this up against one other machine and you want to see that comparison, who should I compare it against? All right, if you don't mind liking and subscribing, it helps so much. But until next time, here's to a healthier you.